Dogs! You love your humans, right? Of course you do! Hanging out with humans is the bestest, most wonderful, most brilliant thing in the world. Better even than getting a new squeaky toy, or when somebody drops some food and doesn't pick it up again. But if we're honest, and where else can we be honest if not here, on the secret version of YouTube that is accessible only to dogs? Sometimes they can come across as a bit strange, right? Sometimes humans can do things that seem completely crazy to us pooches. In this video, we're going to be going over 8 of them, along with some possible explanations from our top doggy scientists as to why humans are like this. But before we dive in, why not subscribe and join our human-loving community for more tips and tricks on how to be the best dog you can be. Number 1. Sound sleepers. Humans can be very lazy. They might say that we're the ones who sleep all the time, but although we sleep for 12 hours a day, we're only actually unconscious for about 2 hours at a time, at most. Humans, on the other hand, force themselves to stay awake as long as possible, and then pass out for 8 hours straight. We really don't think it can be healthy. Our top scientists think that the most likely explanation for this weird sleep pattern is that humans simply don't know how to relax properly. They're always running around doing things after all. When was the last time you saw one stop to have a good sniff or lie down in the sun? Because of this, if you want to help your human out, try upping your sleeping game. If they see you demonstrating how to nap, maybe they'll eventually pick up the idea. Number 2. Daredevils. Sometimes it can feel like our humans don't have a proper sense of fear. After all, how else can you explain them choosing to go outside when the weird, colorful, nighttime sky explosions are happening outside? Why don't they do the sane and sensible thing and join you cowering under the bed? The truth is, however, that humans aren't being crazy at all. In fact, they're being heroic. You might have heard during the nighttime explosions, the humans yelling things at the sky. Things like "ooh" and "ah" and "wow, great fireworks." It's our belief that these noises are actually human language for "go away loud sky explosions, leave our dogs alone." Probably if the brave humans weren't there to scare them away by yelling, the sky explosions would keep on going for even longer. Thank you, humans. Number 3. Switching scents. You! What's that stink? No, it's not you. You rolled in something yesterday and still smell refreshingly of roadkill. It's your human. We all know that human noses aren't as good as ours, but that doesn't explain their determination to change their scent at every opportunity. A person's scent is their identity, after all. How can they recognize each other if they're constantly switching up their smells? They also have the weirdest taste in scents. That horrible strong smell, for example, is called citrus. It's found in fruits like lemons and oranges, while the one that makes your nose feel like it's cold on the inside is called mint. Gross! We're still not sure why our humans are so keen on doing this. Maybe they're secretly spies and need to cover up their scent to avoid being tracked down by their enemies. Or maybe they all just have horrible identity crises about how they smell. Either way, it's important to be tactful and understanding, even if they do smell disgusting. Number 4. Abandoned edibles. The humans say that one man's trash is another man's treasure, but we don't think they realize how accurate they are when it comes to their strange habit of wasting food. Who hasn't sat watching in amazement as their human chucks away loads of perfectly edible food scraps? Bones that still probably have some marrow inside. Empty food packets that nobody has licked out. Things that were only on the floor for a few seconds. If you're lucky, you might get your pick of the scraps before they're taken away, but if not, you'll have to watch them get poured into the big metal kitchen box to never be seen again. It might be tempting after your human leaves the room to try and tip over that box so that the delicious scraps fall out again. However, if at all possible, resist the urge. Humans get very upset if you do this for some reason. Presumably it makes them feel bad when they realize how much good food they threw out. Number 5. Bathroom blunders. This one is a little embarrassing, for the humans we mean, because they have absolutely no idea what they're supposed to do with their pee and poop. We know, it's shameful. Everybody knows that when you pee or poop, you're supposed to do it somewhere at the edge of your territory, so as to ensure that your scent remains there as a signpost, letting everyone who passes by know that this part of the park is your part of the park. But humans just don't seem to understand that. They insist on doing their business into the big porcelain water bowl that they keep in the bathroom. Then they activate the magical whirlpool to flush it all away. One fringe theory is that humans actually do this because the big water bowl is the humans' territory, and they're just really persistent about marking it properly. We're not entirely sure we believe that, but it would explain why they get so grouchy when we try to drink out of it. Number 6. Stranger danger. Who's that? There's another strange smell in your home. This time it isn't your human, it's another human, a strange human who you've never met before, and they're in your house. But before you start barking to raise the alarm and let your own human know about this horrible invader who's broken in, don't be too hasty. As bizarre as it might sound, your human may actually be aware that there is a stranger in your midst. They might even have, horror of horrors, invited them in. The human reluctance to properly mark out their territory can sometimes manifest as this: a weird desire to have strangers in their personal space. Obviously, it can be fun to meet a stranger sometimes, in neutral territory, on the street or in the dog park, but not in your home. Worst of all, these strangers are not even always human. Many unfortunate dogs have reported coming home to find that, horrifically, their human has chosen to introduce a strange new dog to their house. And these strangers don't always leave at the end of the day. Number 7. Unnatural shows of affection. You're cuddled up on the couch, your human is next to you. It's a beautiful moment when suddenly, what is your human doing? They've got their front legs, sorry arms, wrapped around you, and they seem to have you trapped in their grip. What on earth? Why would they do this? Have you done something to upset them, or have they just gone temporarily crazy? Neither. This weird gesture of entrapment is actually called hugging. Humans do it to try and communicate love and affection, essentially the equivalent of licking somebody's face to say, "I love you." They don't understand that we find this sort of thing weird and a bit scary, and since most of them can't speak dog, the best thing you can do is just sit there and wait for it to be over. Number 8. Horrible hearing. Hey, human! Did you hear that? No, they probably didn't. For such amazing and wonderful people, humans have surprisingly dull senses. Not only can they barely smell anything at all, but their ears hardly work. Some of our doggy scientists theorize that they might not even be able to hear the sound of those whistles they blow for us. It gets worse. Even when it comes to the sounds that their ears can pick up, they have to be pretty close in order to make them out. If a dog can hear a sound from 80 feet away, then a human would have to be 20 feet away in order to hear it. Their ears can't even move in different directions. They're just stuck to the sides of their head. It's a good thing that our humans have us dogs to look after them. If you want to let your human know exactly why you appreciate them so much, and why other dogs they meet while out and about might appreciate them as well, check out this video to find out why certain people are dog magnets.